My name is Soila Sayialel. I'm 47 years old. What I do is monitoring elephants. I do a lot of community work. I was so lucky when Cynthia took me on board. It was a very big experience to me. I was scared to death the first time when I was taken out, and a bull came right close to the car, and he was a big male, narrates, and he came in front of the car and was standing like his chest was leaning to the bonnet, and his two tusks were on both sides of the windscreen. And I said, God, we're going to die. I was looking at my colleague, and she was very comfortable, and I said, what the hell am I doing? She's human, and we are in the same car. Whatever is going to happen, it will happen to both of us. So, slowly by slowly, I started learning the behavior of elephants. I got a lot of my experience in the field. I can tell almost all the elephants. I can identify them. The family here, the TCs, they're adventurous. They cover a big home range. We've realized that as years goes on, they've been going to other different places. They never used to go to the south where they're going now. They're heading towards Mount Kilimanjaro. But in the early days, they only used to come to the park when it rains. But now everything is changing. We've lost a lot of older females, like Sletia, who was the matriarch. Sletia died because of old age. I think she was the top high-ranking female, because we used to see the group coming from Kimana, and they can go all the way up to Kitiru, and you see them going in between a group of about 200 elephants. And then you will think maybe one female from other families will come and challenge her, but there was no way. It was like a king that is passing in between people, so they just give way. I think at the moment they're doing very well. We're having a baby boom at this particular time. We've recorded about 163 calves. The Maasai have been living with this wildlife for a long time, and actually they've had a lot of problems. There are lots of conflicts between elephants and the Maasai people. A lady was killed by an elephant. The next morning, the warriors went and they were tracking for elephants to spear. When I went, they allowed me to go in, and I had to tell the KWS to come with me. And we went, and we found a bunch of 30 guys. Normally when the warriors go hunting, they decorate themselves with ochre. They wear their attire. The top side will be with nothing, and the lower, the shuka will be like a mini skirt, so that they can run fast. And when I stopped the vehicle, they were all hiding in the long grass. And then I just saw heads and spears and all that, and they came towards the car. Near that place, there was a group of elephants. When they came, I had a chief of the warriors, because every set of warriors have their own chief. And I told him, we need to talk to these guys, because whatever they are doing is very dangerous. And then the guys came to the car. Some of them were asking for water. They've been running around the bush, like sweating and all that. So they wanted water from me, and I said, I cannot give you water. You're killing elephants, and then you expect me to be nice to you. I'm not going to do it. So all of a sudden, when the chief went and talked to them, we just saw guys rushing into the bushes. And they went. We could hear elephants trumpeting and elephants running in the bushes, and the guys are after them. All of a sudden, I saw guys running back again towards the car. And this time, there was a female from the BC family. Her name was Brenda, and she had metal piece in the forehead of her head. And she was after a guy. This guy was running. So this guy came, and he fell in front of the car. And the elephant, the female, Brenna, was after him. And by the time Brenna was going to kneel down so that she can get him, I told the warden, we have to help. So I drove slowly, pushing. And then all of a sudden I saw a guy, he threw a spear and hit Brenna near the mouth. And then when she felt the pain, she moved and started running away, and running with the spear and blood, all over, because she was speared. I think she had like 5 spear wounds. So that time is when the guys came, and I really had to talk to them and say that this is another case. Somebody could have been killed. As we were talking to them, I got a phone call from a guy saying that there are 250 warriors in the park. So we had to rush down again to the park. That's the day that I saw true Maasai faces. We had some elders who were trying to talk to them. They couldn't listen to them. And they were going for elephants, and they found a male in the swamp. His name was Ira. Then, that it's those times that you just sit on the roof of the car to wait what was going to happen, because we couldn't stop them. They had already turned wild. So eventually they started spearing Ira in the swamp, and some guys were jumping into the water, and some of them had their mobile phones, and then by the time they come out, the phones are dead, and then losing some of the spears. And then Ira, like sometimes when he was speared and the spear is in, he pulls it and then throw it back to them, which I thought, what is happening? But you could see how close they can get. And actually, I didn't know why Ira did not even run away from there. So eventually, it's too sad because, he was speared so badly and he was bleeding. And finally,